This morning you might have heard on the news about Marine Corps aircraft going down. There were 22 people, one died, 21 in the hospital. And it was interesting to me that they started off by saying there's a disaster in paradise. Now, does everyone know where paradise is just by that opening statement? It's Hawaii. Many people think paradise is Hawaii. Traditionally, when you think about paradise, you think of that tropical island, the laid back, the easygoing, the nature. That's paradise. The island of Kapil is paradise. And I'm going to discuss and give you hints as to why I think, and probably when I finish, hopefully you'll think that Kapil is paradise. To begin with, getting to that rural roots, simple people, the first thing you do is you leave the mainland and you cross on a ferry, an actual ferry boat. They go up and down and the waves, back and forth. It's overloaded with boxes and supplies and animals and motorcycles, and as many people as you can get on there in one trip, because it only makes one trip per day. But it is authentic, and as soon as you're on that ferry, you feel like you are getting back to nature. You are experiencing, some people might say third world, but really it's just a different world. It's a peaceful world. It's a world where you sit next to someone, they just start talking to you if they're not afraid to speak in English, because they're very shy, but they are very, very friendly. And when you get off the boat, as soon as you walk down the street, you'll see friendly people. Everyone smiles. Doesn't matter what's going on. I have seen very few people upset in Kapil. People get angry. People have fights. But in general, this is their natural state, to have a smile on their face. And they will welcome you into their house. They don't need to know you. You're a stranger. You look friendly. They're friendly. Would you like to come in and have something to eat? It just happens that way. And they have a variety of houses. This is a very good shot because this was taken out my bedroom window. But you'll see our house is similar to this one, a big concrete or cinder block house. Next to it is a smaller, more or less cinder block. And then this little hut is not a little, it's a little eating place for the people who live in this house. Doesn't look much different because they put walls up here and this one has no walls. But these are all in the same yard, or not the same yard, but in the same little gathering spot. You have all types of houses, including these have the leaves on the roof, but there are houses made completely of leaves right here on this island, and nobody cares where you live. You just live. You may not have a house. You may just sleep at your relatives or your friends all the time, because that's what happens. You just share housing. Transportation. On the island, there are no cars. The only motorized vehicles for transportation is a motorcycle. As you can see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on this one. I have seen as many as 9 on a motorcycle, just like this. You just squeeze right in and you get where you're going. The island is only about 10 miles long, but you usually travel 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 miles on a motorcycle, so it doesn't matter. You just paddle everybody on. They have extra strong shocks, by the way. You walk down the street. This is the typical view. And this looks like a sidewalk. As I said, you walk down the street. This is the street. It's not a sidewalk. This is rice. When you have rice, you have the rice fields, and you bring it in, and you have to dry it out. So they just put a piece of canvas down, spread the rice out, let it dry. And the motorcycles go around it. The chickens will go around it. The pigs will go around it. Everybody just goes around your rice. That belongs there. It has priority right now. So everybody just goes around it. Nobody steps on your rice. And then the food. Of course, you're a guest, and we usually go at the time of the fiesta, where there are special meals, and I won't even try to explain everything there, but if you look at all the colors, the variety, you know it's good. It is excellent food. You can't beat it. And this is always a centerpiece. Lechon. It is the roast pig, national food, fantastic. And when you have to go buy groceries, you go to your neighbor maybe, who has the front of their house, has an opening. They buy canned goods on the mainland, and they put them on a shelf, and you come back and they resell you food. So you don't get a variety of food, but you get the essentials. You see there are eggs, some vegetables, a few canned goods, you got peanuts. And if it's not at this sorry store, you go to the next sorry store. If it's not there, you go to another one. Then if it's not there, they're probably out, so you got to go to the mainland. But you have everything you need. And it's an agrarian community, which means they do have lots of rice fields, sugar canes. Even in our yard, we have coconut trees. They harvest the coconuts. And it's very relaxed with very few formal activities. There's swimming, boating, and resting, my favorite. And they do have a town square where there are volleyball, basketball, soccer, tennis courts. They have recreation, mostly for their high school and below. But young men, they play these sports, they get together, and they do have tournaments. And most of all, every town has a town saint. Now, there's only one town in Coppell. There are barrios, just like here in Mexico, barrios are smaller than a town, and then they have, well, I can't think what the other one is called. Well, there's something smaller than a barrio even. So there's one town on the island, and each one has a saint, and when they celebrate that saint is when they have the fiesta every year. Very, very religious people. When they say they're religious Catholics, at Easter, several people are actually nailed to a cross, and they pull the cross through the square, and they reenact the entire process of crucifying Jesus with real nails and real people throwing. Well, they don't throw rocks, but they do pretend that they're throwing. And at that time is when the town has all of its festivals and tournaments, and this is the most activity you'll ever see. Because as soon as the fiesta's over, it's back to swimming, boating, and resting. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the essence of Coppell, and the reason I say it's almost paradise. Madam Toastmaster.